Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for visiting this page, and I'm happy you're here. My name is Chris Kahuria, and I want to continue something I shared uh, recently about interviews. The last video I shared was about how to do great in interviews. And in that video, we saw that an interview is an opportunity to sell yourself, and you should therefore know what people buy. And we say that people buy impression, people buy confidence, people buy creativity, people buy assurance, people buy themselves, and people buy solutions. And you should therefore package yourself in those dimensions so that you can do great and you can appeal to those people interviewing you, and most likely uh, give yourself a go ahead and an opportunity to be selected as the most preferred candidate. So today I want us to shift a bit and go to what people don't buy. So what don't people buy? Number one, people don't buy fear. Very important. When you go to an interview, ensure you appeal to the hopes and not the fears of those who are interviewing you. It is very easy to think that you did great, only to realize that you made those people afraid of you, afraid of hiring you, afraid of giving you an opportunity, because what you sold was fear. Sometimes people can be afraid that when they give you an opportunity, you will not deliver because they have not been able to see exceptional performance in your past. And that means people may leave you out on the basis that you don't look like you will deliver in their organization. And that means you have to bring out your strength in a way that people will be hopeful that when we hire this person, we will get what we desire in this organization. So you can sell fear by your inability to express your strengths, your achievements very well, and make people feel that you are not somebody who can deliver results. On the other hand, you can sell fear by overexpressing yourself and giving an impression that you are not somebody who cooperates with people. You are someone who pushes his way to get things done. You are somebody who can bully people into delivering results. Recently, I was in an interview where one of the interviews performed very well, but some people in the panel felt that he was too pushy and he's likely to bully his colleagues into achieving what he wants. In fact, he sounded like somebody who is more driven to push people to achieve what he wants as opposed to creating an atmosphere where people own the work and are motivated to deliver results. And that one made him come position two, though he had been rated position one on most other grounds, and that alone made him not get that job. So another reason that can make people fear is when they have the impression that what you are saying is not genuine. And that one will take us to the second thing that people don't buy. People don't buy lies. It is very important to ensure that the information you provide to people, especially because on CVs we write so many things, and sometimes you can be forced to exaggerate your CV to try to give yourself a push, maybe that you didn't deserve. And when you put something on your CV that you're not able to defend, people have the impression that you could be lying. And it is sometimes possible to push lies, but lies can only be pushed so much, only to a certain extent. When the hour of recording comes, lies will always be discovered. And if you have lied something about yourself and it is detected in an interview, then you make people so much afraid of you and they will disqualify you. So don't lie, especially on your CV. And by any chance, if you said something that is not 100% accurate, then please find a way of not making it come to the fore during an interview. Some lies are known as white lies, and others are known as black lies. White lies are lies that are very easy to detect. And you can even think that you got away with a lie because it was not raised during an interview. For instance, some people have exaggerated their roles in the former organizations where they have worked. Maybe you gave yourself the title of a manager, and you could be surprised that somebody in that panel knows that you are not holding that position in that organization because maybe they know the person who holds that title in the organization. So it is important to try to be as genuine as possible. Sometimes people don't hire you because of big positions you have had in the past. They hire you because of the potential that you demonstrate. So instead of trying so hard to lie, try so hard to demonstrate potential. Well, so people don't buy fear and they don't buy lies. Number three, people don't buy sympathy and desperation. When you're going for an interview, try always to put on a bold, brave, confident face and also try to look as good as possible. Your goal should be to present an attractive personality. Do not go to an interview wearing an I have been through hell kind of face to make people sympathize with you and possibly offer you the job as a reprieve to what you have been going through. Do not go to an interview dressed in a very, 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 very bad way, maybe with a very old suit and worn out shoes, to thinking that people will pity you because you have been jobless and perhaps offer you the job. People are not looking for somebody who needs help. They are looking for somebody who can help them. So don't go there trying to sell sympathy and desperation, because I can assure you that you will fall flat if you take that approach in an interview. So when you go for an interview, understand that people are interested in your strengths, your potential, and the opportunities you can create. They are not interested in your weaknesses and your shortcomings. And if you present those ones, you will definitely fail in that interview. There is a lady who attended an interview with her 3-month-old baby, and the baby kept on disturbing the interview. And when she was asked why she could not leave the baby at home, she simply said that, well, I am a housewife and I can't afford to leave my child in a daycare, so I had to come with her here. Another gentleman came with very dirty shoes, and then he jokingly said, don't worry about my shoes. I had to walk a very long distance to get this interview because I could not afford fare. I can assure that those two people were not selected. They were disqualified because they presented exactly what people were not interested in. So it is important to ensure that you veil your weaknesses and your shortcomings when you're going for an interview. Make sure they don't appear so that your strengths can be. So a word of advice: if you are job hunting, reserve an attire for interview. If you are a man, reserve a nice suit, a shirt, a tie, and shoes, and of course socks, and always have your hair very neat. If you are a lady, likewise, reserve what you know is official attire that is presentable in an interview, and shoes, so that you don't go there to sell desperation and sympathy. And there are people who have been unemployed for some time, and because of the struggles and challenges you have gone through, you forget to have a good demeanor, and you think that when you go to present the strengths you have had in the past, that people will listen to you. The moment you put people off because of how you look, because you did not cultivate an attractive personality, then your goose is cooked. And that's why it is very important to ensure that you don't sell any form of sympathy and desperation, because you'd be exactly the kind of person that people don't want to employ. So people don't buy fear, people don't buy lies, people don't buy sympathy and desperation. Number 4, people don't just buy looks. As you reserve a suit or a dress for an interview, please try to be modest and moderate at the same time. Do not dress in a way that puts so much focus on you, as opposed to putting focus on what you have to offer. And this especially for ladies. Don't be deceived that when you appear in an interview scantily dressed and looking beautiful, that will make people want to hire you. Sometimes that presents a very bad picture of you. It is good to aspire to look very presentable, but don't overdo it. It is not a fashion show. It is an interview. So don't be too flashy. Don't exaggerate your dressing. Just make it simple, official, modest, and of course, one that fits you well. Because if it does not fit you well, then it might distract the attention of some people in the interview. So as you dress for an interview, remember the focus is not just to look good for the eye, but also for the ear and to connect to the heart. There is a way you can dress that you distract some people in the panel and make them focus too much on you, as opposed to focusing on what you have to say, what you have to offer. And you see, that will definitely deny you high scores, because people may not even remember what you said. They will remember what you looked. So it is important to know that your goal is connect to the heart of those people. And that is why an interview attire should be official and simple and neat. It should not be exaggerated, because the moment you distract people from what you are saying and what you are offering and make them put so much focus on admiring you and maybe wondering so much about you, you have lost the point. So be neat, simple, and decent, and present a very valid case on why you should be hired, and not just to make a very great show on how you look in an interview. So very important. So people don't buy fear, people don't buy lies, people don't buy desperation and sympathy, people don't just buy looks. And number 5, people don't buy promises. When you're going for an interview, your prospective employer is interested in your past in relation to their future. So their future, your past. So it is in how you are able to demonstrate what you have done in the past and what you are capable of based on what you have already done, and not what you think you can do given a chance. So, and even as you answer questions, you need to try as much as possible to demonstrate strength, to demonstrate potential, to demonstrate yourself as a solutions provider, to demonstrate yourself as somebody who can turn around situations because you have already done it, not because you think you can do. So avoid telling people what you will do for them, but show them what you have already done. So, the biggest reason why people perform poorly in interviews is because of their inability to package themselves. And in my other video, I say that most people come to interview to answer questions. They don't come there packaged. Because if you package yourself, even the questions people ask don't scare you. You try to go around the questions to present your strengths and your potential. And when you have not adequately prepared for an interview, when you have not packaged yourself and known what to say about yourself, you will find yourself in that trap of making promises when no one is interested in them, because no one is willing to leave a department or a position in an organization to somebody on the basis of promises. People want to give that opportunity, even if you are a fresh graduate. People want to give that opportunity to you on the basis of the confidence you have portrayed, the fact that you have demonstrated that you are up, you are equal to the task, and not based on the things you say you can do. So that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any question regarding interviews, anything you want to discuss, please feel free to post your comment there. Or if you want to confirm something I have said, feel free to write it there. If you want to add something, feel free. This is a platform for sharing knowledge, and I want to believe that the knowledge I am sharing will be helpful to somebody. If you are an organization and you want somebody who can help you through the recruitment process, help you prepare questions for interview, and even sit in an interview panel to evaluate your interviewees, then feel free to contact me. Thank you so much, and God bless you.